Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you had a nice weekend. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. This broadcast is for educational demonstration purposes only. It's important to know that we don't provide any type of trading advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and there is a significant amount of risk when trading the financial instruments. If you're not familiar with that risk, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. All right, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Happy Monday. Let's bring over our 4X Factory. Hope you had a really nice weekend. We don't want any unpleasant surprises. We happen to be in a 1 day pass on the E-mini. So I'm going to put the 4X Factory right below it. But you can see here on my ES chart, I got the 1 day passes back in full gear. Today is Monday, July 28th. If you're joining us today, that's the good news. Hallelujah. Any day above ground, you started it off on a good note. So let's make the most of it. Let's win it. Let's get it. Today is Monday, July 28th, and we don't have anything on the calendar today. Let's look ahead. Tomorrow, we've got the Jolts at 10 a.m., and I think the big one is going to be on Wednesday, the FOMC statement with potential rate cuts. Do they come out this month, or do we stay where we're at? We had a couple of, the EU, the US and the EU entered into a trade agreement, had the framework of a trade agreement that they had agreed to. And we saw when the market opened last night, gap up. Let's take a look. Let's see what we're getting ourselves into today. The ES, has been on an absolute tear. Last week went to all-time highs. Just a tremendous bull run. Let's go back to last night. And you saw the gap up. I think it was a reaction to the trade agreement. But the market hates those gaps, and it always wants to fill in those gaps. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here right now. Is the market is retracing, filling in that gap, and it's anybody's guess which way we're headed once that market opens. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Tom. Hey, Ray. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Mukhtar Rao. Good morning. Good morning. We've got a nice leaderboard today. I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good about it. Let's take a look and see what the NASDAQ did on a 20 Unirenko. My Bitcoin was up there. My Bitcoin trading micros is at $175. It's also headed down. I was watching it. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ on a 20 Unirenko. And that's the higher time frame that we look at for our entries on a 30 range. We like to have a multi-time frame alignment of trend. David Wise, who trades options, he holds his positions anywhere from a few hours to a week. He looks at a daily chart and takes his entries on a 5 minute. And he always wants trend to be aligned on the two higher time frames. So in case he does have to hold the position overnight, he's entered into a trend trade, not a counter trend trade. So the 20 Unirenko, you can see our gap up, bam. And now the market is coming back and filling in that gap. Filling in the gap. If today's your first day joining us, we're going to be showcasing our automated strategies here at Right Line Trading. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning, Duke. These are strategies that run in NinjaTrader 8. They can be traded with a live or prop account. Once the strategies are enabled, they will execute and manage the trade for you. You could trade them in full automation. You could also run it semi-automated, meaning the system would trigger the entry, and you can manage the trade management by dragging your stop or profit targets how you see fit. Or you can let it run in full automation. The system also has a discretionary component because it comes with all of the chart indicators. You could add the chart indicators to the chart, and if you want to take an entry yourself, that's always an option that's available to you. Each morning at 9:30, we take what we call our power play trade of the day. And the power play is an automated entry taken on the 30 range on the NASDAQ. One of the conditions for the entry is that it aligns with our 20 Unirenko. When I mean aligns, I'm talking about market structure. For a short trade, we want price to be below our 50 EMA. For a long trade, vice versa. Let's go back to our ES one-day pass. We got a nail biter. The moneymaker's in. The one-day pass might have just scored. ES one-day pass. Here we go. Ooh, it's in a beauty. Now it's almost in the profit window. If this trade matures just a little bit further to my profit target, you're going to see my stop just locked in. At least $2,000 on the trade, maybe $1,750. So now it's either $1,750 or $1,500 or $3,000. $1,750 actually. So $1,750 on this short entry. We have to protect those profits because if it comes all the way back, it's going to blow the account out on unrealized gains. So that ES one-day pass did not disappoint. $1,750. Our gold one-day pass scored $3,000 to get over the finish line. What I have here is very important. Very important. I refer to this as my lagometer, my lagometer. Something that's kind of inherent to trading is some lag on our trades, on our computers, where we're looking at our charts at a certain price, but in reality, what we're looking at is an optical illusion or something that's taken place seconds ago. And with day trading, really milliseconds count. So we have our lagometer that tells us, hey, if it turns red, and listen, this is important whether you have an automated strategy or you're just trading discretionary. Always make sure that you have no lag. You have minimal amount of lag. You're always going to have a tiny bit. A very common problem if you do have lag is the atomic clock synchronization. Atomic clock. Now, don't be confused with the atomic bomb. A lot of people get confused with that. I'm referring to the atomic clock synchronization. And believe it or not, it's a very common problem. I think just about every installation that we do now, a very high percentage, I'm going to call it 80 or 90% of traders do not have that synchronization. They have a half a second or a full second of lag, which can really mean the difference between a winner and a loser. Good morning, Duke, the Dukester. Suzanne, Judy. Let's get ready to rumble on this Monday morning. Set up for a nice short entry right now. We're going to let the trade open. We're going to let the market open and settle down. Open and settle down. We've got our Power Play drone as our leader account. Power Play drone. This is my trade copier. My leader account is the Power Play, and I'm following it across 9 different accounts, Apex accounts. Good luck, everybody. It's 9:29. Got an exit on a line change there. It's taken a leg down. Filled in that gap. Let's see which way we go. I know the U.S. and China is also, their delegates are also meeting in Switzerland today. Switzerland, I believe, is about 6 or 7 hours ahead of us on the Eastern time zone. My brother-in-law lives in Switzerland. Fell in love with a girl from Switzerland and moved away. We all miss them. Okay, here we go. We're getting a pop to the upside. Our 20U is set up for a short. Remember, we got to be above the 50 for a long. Here it comes. This could give us a signal A entry. It didn't take it because we were within 60 ticks of this downside area of support, I would imagine. But that was a nice signal A entry right there. 4,000 contracts a minute. Let's see if we break support. We break support, we could take a leg down. Our momentum is pinned on our 20U and our 30 range to the downside. Let's see if it retests it. We're getting some selling pressure here. Come on down. Got good volume. Good volume. What time is it? It's 9:32. Let's give it a few minutes. Sim Bitcoin on fire. That Bitcoin strategy looking good. See, did it bottom out? Let's see. Well, let's take a nice move up. On our 20U, we've got some upside resistance, so something to keep in mind. Now this, if our 20U comes above the 50, you're going to see a long entry on my 30 range. I always wait for a 3/4 of the candle bar to break through that 50. That becomes a big area of resistance. Price action looks nice for a long on the 30 range. 15 crossing the 50. Our Laguerre is pinned to the 100% line. It's looking juicy to go long. Some nice hammers, some bullish hammers. Can we break through on the 20U? Good morning, Stephen A. Yes, Stephen. Good morning. Here we go. We're about to take a long entry here on the 30. This 20U breaks. I want to see this 20U break through before I jump in. I'm not convinced yet. Our higher time frame is the 20U. We've got to have an alignment of trend. My 50 is still red and sloped down. Came down, gave my stop a little kiss. Got stopped out. I'm glad we didn't copy that trade. The reason I didn't take that trade again was because I didn't want to counter trend trade on my 20 Unarenko. My 20 Unarenko, the 50 is still red. I need 3/4 of that candle body to break it. That's the haymaker entry right there. Let's see if our haymaker jumped in that. No. Let's see if there's any news coming out of Switzerland. Need a break of that downside support. The IBOT 20U is in short. We need a break of this downside support to think about an entry short. $500 contracts a minute. 700. Like to see a big spike in volume. Just under 1700. Decent volume. Good volume on the NASDAQ. Let's see if the 20U can get through this time. Our moneymaker, our ABC Star Drone and our moneymaker, both in. The ES30 range, $50,000 one-day pass is in. They're both in short. The moneymaker and Star Drone on the E-mini are in short. Took a short entry. The only thing I'm picking up on the U.S.-China is they've agreed to extend the truce, the trade truce, likely to extend. Well, hopefully they make some really nice progress. I tell you, if Jerome Powell lowers those interest rates on Wednesday, that would be a catalyst event. If he doesn't lower them, it might be a catalyst event. So Wednesday's the big day. Hey, Rich. Good morning, Bob. Bobby. Okay, we're in a holding pattern here. Ranging market right now. Choppy, choppy. Hey, here we go. Let's see what happens. The 20's testing that 50 again. The 20U. I like this trade to the long side if it breaks through. Got a lot of running room here. Got a lot of running room. Let's watch one. Let's watch the first one. Oh, I like that entry though. We're 3/4 of the bar through. We broke through that area of resistance, and we have a clear shot to our profit target. Let's let the first one go. Here it goes too. It's looking really good. Well, if you got that entry, you're in a nail biter. This IBOT on the 30-second does really well. This NQ 30-second IBOT. Well, I tell you, it looks like this trade might just push through. I don't know. There goes momentum. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Well, we did a good job so far of sidestepping a couple of losers that look like really good entries. This one hasn't lost yet. I shouldn't talk too soon. There is a shift of momentum to the downside, though. Bam. All right, well, we sidestepped a couple of landmines. Now, this might be the one to go with to the short side. Bam, there it goes, too. Now, let's put our profit target just above support. I always want to give price a clear run to my profit target. Now, this is why it's always a good idea to watch it for a little while. Watch it take some trades. See what the trading environment is allowing. Another thing that I was showing last week was with the bot and drone technology that this is using. Mathematically, the drone is putting the stop and profit target on the bot in the best location mathematically. It's like a calculator with the average true range of the market. So what's helpful is to look at the bot on the power play and see where it's putting its stop and profit target if we're trading the drone, or just trade the bot. So if I disable the bot and open it up, I'll see that right now the ATM is giving it a 47 tick loss, stop loss, and a 62 tick profit target. My window's 25, so if I go plus 37, my stop goes to plus 12. So plus 37 would be 37 times 5, about 185. If my P&L goes to 185, that's a good time to put my stop at break even. But it's saying that right now with this range of the market, that you should put your profit target at 62 ticks. If you get 300 bucks on a one contract strategy, you're doing well. So we're in a ranging environment here. It's not a trending market. Let's see what else is on our leaderboard. The moneymaker is still in short. Moneymaker and Star Drone on the 30 range on the E-mini. We're going to be patient. We are going to be patient. Do we get another break of resistance? There it goes. Let's see if we get a signal B to the long side. And we've got an update coming out called the Leapfrog. The Leapfrog is being tested this week. If you get in that profit window and you've locked in 40 or 50 ticks of profit and you want to leapfrog your profit target, the market's moving nicely, it will automatically move your profit goal higher. Let's see what happens with this entry. We've got some upside resistance on our 20U. Great job, Rao. A 30-second IBOT. Could see where it took these entries. Power play's getting chopped to pieces today. Out of the box, if you're a member of ours, out of the box, the power play comes with a profit goal of 500 and a profit loss limit of 500. If you're going to do what I'm doing and watch it take a few trades before enabling it, then you'd want to increase that number. You'd want to, oh, the ES 1-day pass is back in. Here's the ES 1-day pass. Back in short. You know, I'm not 100% sure, Duke. I'm meeting with Sergio this afternoon, and I'll know more tomorrow. It's a good question. Well, let's hope the next half hour brings us some more action. That first half hour was a tough one. Good half hour to sit on your hands, enjoy your coffee. The 30 seconds back in long. That's the iBot 30-second bot. That's on my leaderboard. It's up at 524. And I'm watching the entries on a 20 Unorenko chart, but the strategy's looking at a 30-second bar. We've got some upside resistance here. E-mini's headed straight down. The NASDAQ is slowly retracing up. Let's see if we get this break to the upside. Nope. There's a lot of sellers sitting right there at 23,520. I'm gonna anticipate the break. Might as well go for one, right? While we're here. Good volume. See if we can get some follow through the upside here. Still hasn't broken that area of resistance. Almost, but not quite. If it does, it could pop to the upside here. This is a tempting one to take. One day pass is still in on the 30 range. Yeah, I think the elephant in the room is the FOMC statement on Wednesday. Antonio, good morning. The 1 day pass, yeah, that's as aggressive as it gets. Antonio, the 1 day pass is if it's a very aggressive strategy to pass the evaluation in one trade. Now we can modify it and have it trade a fewer number of contracts, but out of the box, the 1 day pass trades 10 contracts, and it goes for the minimum number of ticks required in order to pass a $50,000 evaluation. Nice one, Rao. Man, I don't know how you're doing that. It's incredible. You are to assume it's aggressive. Yes, sir. In fact, it's the most aggressive. When really the spirit of it is when these prop firms are selling evaluations at 80 or 90% off, we can go for the gusto without a lot of skin in the game. We figure if we take a loss, it's only going to be a $15 or $20 hit. And when the market's moving nice, you have a good opportunity of being on the right side of the trade. Trading on an 8U, Rel, on the NASDAQ. Wow. Let's take a look at the 8U. Let's go back to the open. Taking a slow leg up. Normally, I would look for this entry here. We have a break of resistance on both our 20U and our 30 range, but this market is just so choppy. I'm kind of waiting to see one winning trade on this strategy. If I can't take a winning trade, I don't want to take one. You know, I always say it's like, going to the barber shop and just hanging out in the waiting room, watching everyone get their hair cut. Sooner or later, you're going to find yourself in that seat. There it goes. That was the entry I would have taken. just not going anywhere. I've got my 6-year-old. My 6-year-old's home from summer camp, and school doesn't start for a few more weeks. So I've got a couple of wild Indians running around here, trying to break into my door here. Wow, this is really tough. My goodness. Let's see the Bitcoin trade. Here's the Bitcoin short. This is just a strategy that we're testing. It hasn't been released. Bitcoin has now a futures contract on the exchange and a micro. The MBT is the micro. It's not very liquid. There's a big disparity between the bid and the ask. Coming up right behind me is professional options trader David Wise. Excuse me. You're right, Toby. Those wild Indians. I got two of them bouncing off the walls over here. Well, this, I'll tell you, today's just been a good exercise in patience so far. I know what's going to happen already at 10:30 or 10:45 when we end this live stream. It's going to just take off like wildfire. But listen, when my leaderboard looks like this, it's a good day to sit on your hands and don't do nothing. There's a reason. It's not a coincidence. There's a reason that, you know, with the exception of the 1 day pass, that my leaderboard looks like it's empty. The market conditions just are pretty tough, about as tough as it gets. Let's take a look at gold real quick. See what gold is doing. Micro gold. is trading in my sim account. It's down 350. Gold is trading at $3,300 an ounce. Had a big leg down this morning that it caught. It looks like it did well there. Now it looks like it's retracing right back up. $10.15, $10.17. Ankle biters. Yeah, that's a good observation, the Duke. The ES, the 20 range is up a couple hundred on the iBots. Took a really nice long entry, a bounce off the 50. The old pull back and go. The E-mini, once it filled in that gap, now it's kind of bouncing. Let's see what happens. Maybe the NQ follows suit now to the upside. My goodness. This is the open here. What do you think we should do on Wednesday? You think we should trade the morning session or maybe the last hour, the closing bell? Any thoughts? On Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday, let's take a look at the calendar. Wednesday's the 30th. Oh, it's not Wednesday. Yeah, it is Wednesday at 2:30. The statement is at 2, and then the press conference at 2:30, which is going to create a ton of volatility one way or the other. But I'm thinking at about 3:30, things settle down a little bit, but there might be some really good trading opportunities. I'm afraid to come in and open up at 9:15 and we have a session like today. What would you prefer? Closing bell? Nagola? I have to agree with you. This isn't much fun. The only one making money is Rao. Rao, man, you are something else. Bitcoin's still in that short. Maybe we're setting up now on this for a short move. Let's not give up. Things can change very quickly. Oh, here we go. Something just happened. All right, getting a little bit of lag. It's coming back. Let's see if we get a break. We need a break of support. Someone just put in a massive order. And it's bouncing right back where it was. Great job, Rao. Congratulations. 'Wow, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's looking good. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Wait, here we go. Maybe we get a long entry here. That's a great idea, Gola. Thank you. 10:23. Let's give this thing another 10 minutes. Oh, that Bitcoin entry's a beauty. Here comes a long entry on the power play. This candle closes to the upside. We're in long. Our 20U is just above the 50. We need 60 ticks of clearance to the upside resistance in order for that trade to trigger. There we go. That's a nice entry too. Let's put it right here. Let's see if we get a profitable trade here. Man, I love that entry. Our 20U has some room too. Not a lot, but enough to get us in the window. See, what'll happen is with this leapfrog, the way that I'm thinking it works, Duke, and I'm not sure. Okay, Bitcoin came out. Is I think if you inside of the strategy parameters, there's a condition called the leapfrog, and when you check it off, I think that once your profit window kicks in and your stop moves up, your profit target will leapfrog and go for a more ambitious profit target. But I'm not sure. I'll have to get with Sergio this afternoon. Him and Mark have been testing it last week. Look at this. Even listen, even a beautiful entry fails at times. This was a nice entry. There's nothing wrong with it. I see our 15 is below our 50, but there's just no follow through. Our 15 is just crossing the 50 actually. Yeah, it took the entry and the 15 was just crossing the 50. Most importantly, we didn't take any losing trades today. The only thing worse than trading to being, watching a choppy ranging market is taking a loser in a choppy ranging market and then asking yourself, why in the world did I take that trade? We did a good job of sidestepping the losers, unless something changes quickly. Rao did a great job. Congratulations, Rao. I just couldn't find the courage to pull the trigger. I'm looking at my leaderboard. It wasn't a bad idea. You could see there's just nothing here. The retirement plan was up a couple hundred. The Bitcoin micros was up a couple hundred, and the gold hit a 1 day pass. The ES30 range also had a trade for 1750. But other than the one-day passes, here's my open positions. Power play just jumped in. Our 20 Unorenko has been right around the 50 all day, all morning, I should say. It hasn't moved very far from that 50. If you look at our 20 Unorenko chart, you could see this narrow from the market open, this narrow channel. You see the red line above and the blue line below. If I measure that channel, it's 200 ticks, 50 points. 200 ticks divided by 4. 100 would be 25, so 50 points, 200 ticks from top to bottom of this ranging market. 200 ticks. Somehow Rao was able to find some profits in that 200 tick window. If you go long off the bottom of the channel or short off the top of it, would be the only way to really make money in that. But you always stand the chance of it breaking through the other way. Great job, Rao. On the scalper, he did it. That's his favorite strategy. He loves that scalper. Well, listen, if it's any relief, David Kushner considers this a great thing, a great day. Not pulling in a loser and not taking a trade in a choppy environment. He always pats himself on the back. Always. He brags about it. I've watched dozens of his webinars, and he can't wait to tell you about the days that he just watched and did nothing. He's very proud of it. It's like the red badge of courage. Singles, yeah, they add up, don't they, Ralph? They can hit some singles. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for joining me. I wish it was a more exciting Monday. What can I tell you? Some things are out of my control. But I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. We're going to be back tomorrow, God willing, and we're going to give it another shot. Be thinking, though, about Wednesday. Do we open in the morning or do we trade the closing bell? I have a feeling that the morning session is going to look a lot like this, anticipating what's going to happen, which I think is kind of one reason why the market's the way it is now. I'll say that, but this afternoon there'll be tremendous amount of volatility. But it has the appearance that it's an FOMC day, right? Thank you, Judy. Such a valuable member of our community. God bless everybody. I hope you have a great day. Let me see if we can watch one last trade before we close out. I just don't see the market moving anywhere. The moneymaker, it's still in that short position I think it was in from when we started. Okay, good. This one just took a trade, so we can watch this to end the session. Both sessions on Wednesday, Duke. Let me get with the team. I'm going to get with Sergio this afternoon, right after lunch. I'm not sure what you mean, Ralph. You watch my session without trade also. Ralph, I'll show you whatever you want to see, my friend. Ralph shared those beautiful pictures of him and his family with us. Last trade. Listen, this is just confirmation that we made the right decision. Rao is a unique one. He's a very, very talented trader. He was able to pull some profits out of this environment. But again, I want to thank you for joining me. If you would, please, I know it wasn't a great day. If you would, please like my video here on YouTube. Gives us some traction, some new eyes on our products and services here. If you're going to be around, I recommend David Wise is coming up right behind me at about 11 o'clock. Have a blessed rest of your day. Have a great week, everybody. Happy Monday. Let's see what David says. I asked him if he thinks it'll be like this until Wednesday's FOMC. Just curious about his opinion. Not that he knows one way or the other. I don't think anybody knows that. Oh, we're in a 200 tick ranging channel here, top to bottom. Yeah, you're right. Pre-market is, we have, a member of ours. I call him JJ. His real name is Joseph. But he wants to trade. He's had our software for a number of years. He wants to trade the London Open. He wants to trade from like 3 or 4 in the morning. He wants to go on YouTube at 3 a.m. and trade our system. Let's see if we get this push up to the top of our channel. This is the last trade of the day. We got some bullish hammer candlestick patterns. It's working its way to the top of our channel. Here it comes. Here it comes. It's almost in our window. I remember where the bot was coming up at the profit target was 62 ticks. So $310 a P&L would be a full winner. But once it reached 62 minus 25, 37 ticks, which would be 170, and I think we just hit 170, our profit window would have kicked in. Let's see if the bot is in the trade. No, the bot didn't even take the trade. Didn't take any trades. Hmm. Our volume appears to be petering out here. Let's keep an eye on it. We're at 500 here. 500 contracts a minute. We need at least 1,000. At least 1,000 on the NASDAQ. Double that for the E-mini. I don't think we had 1,000. I lost track at the last second there, but I think it was under 1,000. Okay, David Wise just said very likely. Very likely. The question was, are we going to be, is the market going to be like this until Wednesday? He said very likely. All right, it's coming all the way back on us. Thank you, Rao. And I love you, Rao. You are you're the best. Thank you for those kind words. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's just been one of those days, Rao. Wait, I think David just wrote something else. He said rumors and tweets are masquerading as news, and that's what's moving the market intraday. All right, everybody. Enjoy your Monday. Have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. So long.